in interesting times. We are living in there's a huge demand in the dating market for transgender women. A lot of transgender women are increasing their numbers on the dating market. And they're not ashamed to admit that they're transgender women. Conventional women have mean competition from transgender women. Transgender women are out there. Y'all women, y'all want to know where all the good men have gone? Why you can't find a man? Because the men have left y'all for transgender women. The difference between a regular American woman and a transgender woman is that transgender women are really want to be women. They want to be women. They want to do the duties of women. Regular conventional American women don't want to be women. They don't want to do womanly duties. They don't want to get married to a man. They don't want good men. Like 97% of American women don't want to be women, traditional women. They don't want to be trad wives. They don't want to dress conservatively. They don't want to wear dresses. They don't want to wear skirts. They don't want to be traditional women. They don't want to be oppressed by the traditional woman's roles. About 97% of American women absolutely refuse to do anything for a good man. They want Chad. They want Tyrone. They want Jason. They want Chris. They want Edgar. They want Ray, Pookie, Silas. But they don't want Mark. They don't want Christopher. They don't want Michael. They don't want the good guy, the software engineer. They don't want that. 97% of modern American women want the bad guys. This is what they want, the bad guys. That's why you have so many single mothers in America. But straight good men have caught on to this. Y'all women, y'all need to listen up. Straight men have caught on, and now a lot of high quality straight men are going to people who want to do their traditional womanly roles. Inflation, the higher increasing cost of rent, the higher increasing cost of property taxes, the higher increasing cost of owning a vehicle, maintaining a vehicle, the higher cost of food has driven straight men who are lonely in this woman shortage that we have in America to go for the next best thing. What would you rather do? Would you rather be with a woman that has all the hardware of a woman, but none of the software of a woman? Or would you rather be with someone who was born a man, but is not happy with the hardware of a man? So he swaps out the hardware, rebuilds the computer and swaps the hardware, the manly hardware, for womanly hardware, and then completely replaces the software of manly software for women's software. Think about that. What would you got all these desperate straight men in America, okay, that you have to choose between wanting to be, with someone who doesn't want to be with a woman. Why be with a woman who wants to be with a man? Why be with a woman who doesn't want to do womanly things? You might as well be with another man. Or are you going to be with someone who wants to be with a woman, who wants to do traditional womanly duties? A lot of single men, especially millennial men and zillennial men, especially, are struggling financially in the higher increasing cost of inflation, the cost of rent, the cost of owning and maintaining a car. The average job doesn't last more than 1 year anymore. So it's like, it's not meet for man to be alone. So he goes to a transgender woman, the woman that wants to actually help him succeed in life. This is what is happening. America has a dire woman shortage. Men are doing things they wouldn't normally do. You have men who are struggling financially that need help. It's not meet for man to be alone. So they're going into gay relationships. I mean, you can call them what you want, say what you want, but it is a gay relationship. He's born a man. He's got the DNA of a man. He's a man. He's a transgender woman, but he doesn't. You can't completely swap out all the hard and the software of a man and replace it entirely with 100% woman. You can't do that. You can get close, but you can't. But men are so desperate. You know, American women don't want to be women. They don't want to do the things that a man wants in a relationship. Like, there's certain physical things that I can tell you this from personal experience. Okay. I dated a lot of women, and a lot of women are just not like the women that I dated. Can't speak for all women. It's like, I give you a case and scenario. Hey, would you like to cuddle? No, I'm not much of a cuddler. You like to hug? I'm not much of a hugger. You like to kiss? I don't like to. I don't really want anyone touching my face. See, this is the thing that turns men off. When I'm with a woman, okay, I don't want to just sit there and stare at her. I want to physically interact with her. I want to touch her. I want to touch her face. I want to touch her arms, her shoulders. I want to make love to her. Okay, I want to give her massages, and I in turn want to be touched. Touch me. Touch me. I want to be touched. But a lot of these women, they were so unaffectionate. They didn't like to cuddle. You know, they didn't like to, don't like to hold hands, don't like to kiss. Like, I'd like to have my scalp massaged. I mean, it's like, but let's just say that a man goes and gets with a transgender woman. He's going to get affection from her. That transgender woman is going to touch him, going to do anything that he asks her to do, because she wants to be a woman. She wants to do her womanly duties. Transgender women are competing against regular women in the dating market. And transgender women are winning in the dating market. You can take this however you want. You can say I'm wrong. You can say, go look online. Go to a lot of cities where you have gay population. Go to a gay bar. Go look at where the gays hang out. You see straight men with transgender women all the time. Because the cost of living, the high cost of inflation, combine that with the woman shortage and the loneliness of a man, it's driving men to do things that they wouldn't usually do. Then you have straight men that are not tall enough. They're only 5'8". They only make $60,000 a year. Maybe they don't have perfect teeth. These kind of men, they're stable, they're working, they live on their own, but they don't qualify for a woman because they're not 6 feet tall, because they don't make six figures, and they probably are not 6 inches either. They're not perfect. Like, you have 98% of American women going for top 2% men. How do you expect, what do you expect the other 98% of the men are going to do? That energy has to go somewhere. This is the reason why that a lot of women can't find a good man. Why they can't find one? Because this is what a lot of women are doing. They're going for the Hollywood celebrities. They're going for the millionaires. They're going for the guys, for the Chads, the Tyrones. You know, they're going for Edgar. They're going for all the celebrities. But they won't date an average man. They won't do that. That's why you have so many men that are going into gay relationships with these transgender women. This is why women can't find good men, because their standards. Most men don't meet the standards. They don't meet the standards of 97% of modern American women. This is what they do. Like, men have to survive somehow. Combine that with family breakdown. You know, a lot of these men nowadays, they don't come from stable households. They can't fall back on mom and dad, because, you know, mom and dad were, I don't know, mom and dad just, they're not reliable. Like, you can't, parents nowadays, a lot of parents are just not, they're not parents. So people start at a young age going into these relationships. So men are having to survive somewhere. You have transgender women that want to be women. They will get pretty, they'll get dressed up. It's getting harder to tell the difference between a conventional woman and a transgender woman, because transgender women are closing the gap. Technology is closing the gap. Yeah, transgender women, they're getting they're transitioning, and the technology is getting better. And that energy has to go somewhere. You know, it's not meant for man to be alone. So modern women, I mean, you have some mean competition from transgender women. This is what you wanted. You didn't want us men, you know, and this is what you voted for. So this is what you're going to deal with.